Coming up, a man wanted for kidnapping his ex-girlfriend is on the run. We'll tell you where police are trying to track him down. Plus, school's out for the summer, but will Sarasota County schools have enough nurses at the start of next year to treat students? And why Mote Marine is warning boaters and beachgoers to be on the lookout for these giant, massive whale sharks. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at noon.
Welcome, I'm Stephanie Webb. Scott Dennis is off today. Thanks so much for joining us. There is a nationwide shortage of nurses, including school nurses. ABC 7's Marla Spence spoke with Sarasota County officials to see if schools here on the Suncoast are being affected.
Although each school in Sarasota County does not have a school nurse, the supervisor of health services for the Sarasota County School District says there are no vacancies or openings for any nursing positions within the district. Suzanne Du Bois says the school district is not hurting for any nurses right now. She says what could lead to a nursing shortage for the district are those nurses who are looking to retire soon.
I anticipate some openings in the next year or so due to retirement because, as you know, part of the shortage piece is the retiring workforce.
She says she has no doubt that those positions will be filled right away.
Whenever I do have a vacancy, I have a number of applicants. We don't have a shortage of applicants.
The school district hires licensed practical nurses and registered nurses. Some nurses with these certifications nowadays have a hard time finding work because of how competitive the workforce has become. Many hospitals today look to hire nurses with a bachelor's or master's degree. The Sarasota County School District give those licensed and registered nurses a chance to continue working in their field without having to compete. Du Bois says there were 280,000 visits to school nursing offices in Sarasota County schools last year. Of those students, 88.8% were treated at school. County school nurses were able to treat each of those cases and send those students back to class.
We have diabetics, we have trachs, we do G-tube feedings. We do catheters. It's not just ice and Band-Aids. These nurses are busy.
Du Bois says working as a school nurse is a very clinical position. She says nurses have the chance to use their skills without having to work in a hospital, and she says this could be an incentive for some. I'm Marla Spence reporting in Sarasota for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Marla, thank you. New at noon, 2 men are behind bars after a shooting into a neighborhood in Port Charlotte. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office responded to calls of some shots fired on Curry Terrace there. Witnesses say the suspects fired at a car being driven by one of the victims who was shot. 19-year-old Sterling Butler was pulled over by deputies. 18-year-old Darnell Horace was found after running through some nearby woods. Now, both of the men say they were recently in an argument with another suspect who they thought was driving the car that they shot at. Both men now face charges with shooting into a vehicle, with Horace facing an additional charge of tampering with evidence. Sarasota police need your help to identify 2 men caught on camera after a fight. Now, the video has been slowed down, but you can see the 2 running right there at the bottom left of your screen. That fight happened around midnight back in April on Main Street in Sarasota. If you recognize them, you're asked to call the Sarasota Police Department. And who is behind this graffiti at the Garden of 5 Senses and in McKibben Park in Northport? Well, that's what police there want to know. They tweeted out these photos yesterday, and they're asking anyone with any information to contact them. A Bradenton drug dealer will spend the next 11 years in federal prison. Tony Marvin Johnson learned his fate after pleading guilty to possession of cocaine with the intent to distribute back in December. Deputies found more than 8 grams of coke and hundreds of dollars in drugs money when they arrested Johnson. And a man said to be armed and dangerous is still on the loose this morning after police say he abducted his ex-girlfriend yesterday. Police say 34-year-old Alfred Fasundo forced his girlfriend into his car on 9th Street in Palmetto and then took off towards the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. Well, when he pulled off at one of the rest stops, the victim jumped out of the car and was able to get help from a nearby state trooper. A man who was working on 9th Street at the time of the abduction didn't want to be shown on camera, but he did tell us what he saw.
Hit her. He grabbed her hair and yanked her out of the car. He had a gun on him too. Yeah, he had a gun on him. And she was saying stop at first, yelling and screaming and all that. But, you know, and then from right there, I stopped. Like, she stopped saying stop because I couldn't hear her because she was in the car.
Police say they found Fasundo's car at his family's house in Bradenton, but he was nowhere to be found. If you see him, you're asked to contact 911 immediately. Well, Palmetto police say they are in need of a patrol boat. The department is responsible for almost 10 miles of shoreline along the Manatee River, but the small department doesn't have its own boat to patrol with, so they're asking county leaders for help. Right now, when boaters have to call 911, Chief Scott Tyler says they have to get creative or ask other agencies for help.
And over the past couple of years, we have had 10 or more instances of having to call another agency, and that may not seem like a lot, but if there's a public safety emergency, whether it's 1 or 10 or 50, that's a big deal.
Chief Tyler has asked county commissioners for the $100,000 needed for a new patrol boat. Other than patrolling that coastline, the department would also use the boat to retrieve other sunken boats that have been abandoned in the Manatee River. And the four-legged team members of the Manatee County Sheriff's Office will be a little safer out on patrol today. All 9 members of the K-9 unit now have custom ballistic vests, thanks to a donation from the Bubba the Love Sponge Foundation, named, of course, after the radio host, and some crowdfunding. Those vests will help protect the dogs from getting injured while they're out responding to calls.
They're dealing in usually escalated situations with people that don't really care about hurting a dog or not, and so there are dozens of K-9 that lose their lives every year by stabs or by gunshot, and so if we can save one dog's life, then it's worth it.
It sure is. Manatee County Sheriff Rick Wells says he is extremely grateful for all those donations. Way to go, Bubba. And new at noon, Mote Marine Lab says be on the lookout for these giant whale sharks off the coast in the Gulf. The lab got some recent reports of whale shark sightings about 40 miles off Anna Maria Island last weekend. Experts say that whale sharks sometimes do visit our coast and are easily identified by their size, averaging around 45 feet long. Pretty sure you can't miss them. Researchers say they may put some special tags on these gentle giants if there is another sighting to help track their location and their depth. All right, long time no see, John Scalzi.
I know, it seems like forever.
Yes, it's been a while.
How you been?
I've been really good.
You didn't write, you didn't call.
I know, there's a
Goodness
card in the
gracious.
mail.
Okay, good.
It's coming, along with a little bit of rain maybe today.
Yeah, I've lowered the rain chances a little bit.
I like those ones.
Yeah, it's just got some dry air kind of wrapping in around a low, and so that's good.
Okay.
A little more sunshine. We've got some red tide out there, though, a little bit out there in places. We've got some reports in from the midweek report yesterday that it's reached moderate level, and there are some irritants in the air in some locations. So we'll be watching for that, too, and see how that plays out over the next couple of days. Lakewood Ranch webcam shows a beautiful sunrise this morning, and we had a little bit of cloud cover, but that just reflected some of the beautiful rising sun colors. And as we head into the afternoon, a lot of blue sky out there in most locations. Fair weather clouds. We had some big thunderstorms way out in Gulf waters, still do, but they are way out in Gulf waters. Otherwise, most of the showery activity is down to our south now and well to our north. And we're kind of in a spot that hasn't seen a lot of activity. Kind of a neat thing. The reason for that, of course, is the drier air that's moved in. Cloud cover kind of at a minimum, and our water vapor imagery would show that drier air kind of wrapping around a low pressure area, and a little tongue of it just kind of sneaking right in over the sun coast, reducing our rain chances today. I'll put the chance at about 20%. That's it. So we head through the afternoon, high temperatures in the upper 80s. Complete forecast for the weekend coming up in just a second.
All right, not bad. Thanks, John. Well, new details on an ABC News exclusive with the man shot by that off-duty FBI agent whose gun went off while he was dancing at a Denver bar. ABC's Maggie Rulli sat down with the 24-year-old victim who's telling his side of the story for the first time.
The man caught in the path of this dancing FBI agent's accidental misfire is speaking out.
It's bizarre. It's beyond bizarre.
24-year-old Tom Reddington was out with friends at this Denver bar over the weekend when 29-year-old off-duty FBI agent Chase Bishop decides to bust a move just a few feet away, but instead of landing his backflip, he drops his loaded gun.
Pretty shot in the leg.
His leg covered in blood.
Somebody called 911 and I blacked out. And I woke up to a paramedic putting a tourniquet on my leg.
Reddington says his injury is putting his physically demanding job at Amazon at risk.
Walking is next to impossible.
But he says after watching this video at least 24 times.
But when I saw him do a backflip, I couldn't help but laugh.
He doesn't want Bishop to lose his job.
I don't blame the guy. I don't want to ruin his life.
The FBI tells ABC that Agent Bishop will be held accountable and could also face criminal charges. Denver police say they're still waiting for lab results that will show if Bishop had been drinking. ABC reached out to the FBI and Agent Bishop, but neither gave us a comment. Meanwhile, Reddington, well, he did get one perk. The bar where this happened has now offered him free drinks for life. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
All right, for more on the latest breaking news, now is the perfect time to download our free AB7 app. Don't forget to enable those weather alerts too now that we are officially in hurricane season. Still to come on your Suncoast News, could your child be living a life that could lead to type 2 diabetes? And why one baseball fan is suing a Major League Baseball team after getting hit in the face with a foul ball. We're going to have that story right after this.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Florida Studio Theater presents Always Patsy Cline, now held over due to popular demand. A tuneful and memorable tribute, Patsy Cline's rise to legendary stardom is told through the eyes of her biggest fan. Featuring such hit songs as Walkin' After Midnight, I Fall to Pieces, Crazy, and many more you know and love. Critics are calling Always Patsy Cline warm and genuine and engaging. Audiences calling it outstanding. Always Patsy Cline is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
Everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific.
Join Stephanie Roberts, Linda Carson, and special guests on Suncoast View for hot topics, everyday issues, celebrities, food, fashion, fitness, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits.
They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the afternoon, watch Suncoast View, weekdays at 4 on ABC 7.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
What a beautiful day it has become here on the Suncoast. Lovely conditions outside right now, a lot of blue sky, beautiful conditions on the water for boating or just walking the beach. Should be an absolutely lovely evening at the beach. And as far as rainfall goes, you know what, I really trended back the rainfall chances, just seen on water vapor imagery, some drier air filtering in, and so it looks pretty good. The one thing I was kind of sorry to see today was the red tide report from yesterday, came in after I left work, and we've got a couple of locations here that are now in the moderate zone for red tide, and the Visit Beaches website, sponsored by Mote Marine, shows that some of the observations from observers there at these particular stations have noticed some irritants in the air as well, probably due to that strong west wind. Hopefully by the end of the weekend, when winds start to shift a little more southeast, we'll blow some of those irritants back out to shore. But the University of South Florida's research department, Oceanography Research Department, indicates that their models will track the surface conditions kind of drifting parallel to the coast or right along the coast. So possibly some of that red tide concentration could spread as we head into the next couple of days. We'll see how it plays out. We've got some showers down to the south of us. We've got some showers to the north of us, and we got some showers to the west of us. We don't have a lot of activity over us, and that's probably the way it's going to stay. It looks like some drier air filtering in, reducing our rain chances a bit to about 20% this afternoon. Daytime high topping out about 88. It'll be a warm afternoon. Morning showers, though, all moving inland. What little bit of chance of morning showers we had. 82 as we head into the evening hours, and pretty nice conditions. The Futurecast shows a few of the showers building in inland areas and moving toward the other coast, leaving most of us pretty quiet this afternoon, I think. And then as we head into tomorrow morning, I think we'll probably see again a few scattered showers building along the coastline toward morning hours. That's when our best chance of rain would be, and then kind of tapering off thereafter. The west wind will continue today and tomorrow, and that is what's going to bring us our slight little chance of rainfall today and tomorrow as well. That frontal boundary located just to the north will eventually just wash out by Saturday and Sunday, and drier air will ensure us a pretty nice weekend. Southwest winds at about 10 knots, and the forecast is shaping up pretty good for today and for tomorrow. 88 our daytime high today. No, 86. It should be 88. 40% chance of a shower in inland areas only, not near the coastline. And then tomorrow about a 40% chance in the morning, followed by a 40% chance in inland areas. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday all look to be just a little bit drier. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. In Health Smart, is your child living a life that could lead to type 2 diabetes? Well, according to a study in the New England Journal of Medicine, the number of kids diagnosed with diabetes went up almost 5% each year between 2000 and 2012. Now, the key to avoiding diabetes for kids starts with maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Here are a few tips from the Cleveland Clinic. First, keep healthy snacks around for kids like fruits and veggies. Next, make some meals at home to avoid some of those fast food temptations. Also, get and keep your kids moving. About 60 minutes of exercise every day is what is recommended for kids. Also important, as parents, set a good healthy example for your kids. Well, here's a big one. Do you ever get headaches after looking at your computer screen all day? Well, if so, you are not alone. There's even a name for it. It's computer vision syndrome. According to the Cleveland Clinic, about 90% of people that spend a lot of time in front of monitors do get these headaches. Some other symptoms include burning eyes, neck pain, even blurred vision. Now, there are some tips that can help ease some of that eye strain throughout the day. Make sure that your device is at least 20 inches away from your eyes and about 5 inches below your eye level. You can also try buying a glare filter for your computer screen. Also, take your eyes off the screen at least every 20 minutes or so. And if any of your vision symptoms get worse, definitely visit your eye doctor. Well, it is time for lunch. Smells good in here. Let's head over to the kitchen where Chef Sam joins us right now from Tsunami Sushi and Hibachi on Central Avenue in Sarasota. What's on the menu today, Chef?
Hey, Stephanie. Today we are doing a miso glazed salmon. Perfect for the grill, perfect for the beach. We're going to have a good day.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Growing up, my mom was afraid of the water, something she did not want me to feel.
So I enrolled Missy in swim lessons.
It changed my life.
Missy Franklin.
And now you can do the same for someone that you love.
There's nothing more precious than your child's well-being.
So act now, before it's too late.
Make us fly! I'm glad I did.
Thanks, Mom. Visit usaswimmingfoundation.org to find, get, or give a swim lesson.
Mark Zupan, part of the U.S. Paralympic rugby team. In my game, movement is everything. I get frustrated when my move is blocked, especially when that guy has no right to be there, even just for a minute. I love a challenge, but I don't like to play this game every day.
A message from the United Spinal Association.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
Welcome back. New at noon, an off-the-field battle for the Boston Red Sox as a fan is taking the team to court, suing after a foul ball hit her in the face. ABC's Gio Benitez explains why the woman is claiming the Sox didn't do enough to protect her and other fans.
I had never heard of anybody being hit with one now.
Stephanie Taubin taking the stand in a Massachusetts courtroom, describing the moment that a foul ball hit her in the face while watching the Boston Red Sox play the Minnesota Twins at Fenway Park in 2014.
The feeling of shock and emotion of, oh my God, what just happened?
Taubin now suing team owner John Henry and the Red Sox for negligence. She's asking for $9.5 million, saying the foul ball entered an area that was previously protected by a glass barrier that had been removed and not replaced, alleging that gave her facial fractures and neurological damage.
I heard the bones in my face crack, and I just felt an enormous amount of pain.
An estimated 1,700 fans are hurt each year by batted balls at Major League Baseball games. That's at least twice every 3 games.
Look out. Oh, my goodness.
Just last year, a little girl was hit by a foul ball at Yankee Stadium. Her father saying she suffered multiple facial fractures and bleeding in her brain.
And that, of course, was Gio Benitez reporting. Now, Taubin is expected to be back in court later on today. The attorney for the Red Sox asked her if she was aware of some of the warning signs as they have around the field. When she came to the game, she did say yes. And right now it is time to head over to the kitchen. John is with Chef Sam from Tsunami Sushi and Hibachi Grill on Central in Sarasota. John, what's going on over there now?
We are cooking up a storm in the kitchen. Chef Sam, always pleasure to have you here, sir.
That's right, John.
Always cook up something lovely with a little bit of an Asian flair to it. What you doing for us today?
Today is a miso glazed salmon.
Nice.
So miso is a fermented soybean. We all have miso soup when we have sushi.
Delicious
so this is
taste.
Yes, it's good. It's good stuff. So actually, John, do you want to get us started with the marinade?
You let me do it. I'm happy to help.
All right. So we've got about a 1/4 cup of this miso. Yep, they all go in there.
Here we go. Okay.
So put that
miso
guy
goes
in. That's right.
And
then this is mirin.
Mirin. That's like a sweet wine, right? A sweet cooking wine?
Exactly, exactly. We use
all of it
for sushi rice, all of that stuff.
Okay.
That's a 1/4 cup there.
All right. Followed by?
Rice wine vinegar.
Oh.
So
again, there's a little sweetness to rice wine, isn't there?
It's sour. It's more like a distilled vinegar.
Okay.
So it adds that little flair to it.
Sweet and sour then.
Yes, sir.
And?
This is soy sauce, of course. Can't do anything Asian without soy sauce.
I was astounded at how many different types of soy sauce there are.
There's a ton. There's a ton.
When I read that.
This is minced scallion.
Minced
Minced.
Minced
yeah,
scallions.
just
Oh, I
finely
thought mint
chopped.
and scallion. No, minced scallion.
scallion.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
This, I'm guessing, is garlic.
Ginger.
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 I give up. It's not working for me today. What can I say?
So we got 2 tablespoons of that going in there.
All right.
And finally, toasted sesame oil.
I was just about to say that.
Oh. Sure.
Okay, great. And
So we've
stir
got
this
that
all
all
up,
mixed up, right? And it's going to go on top of our salmon here. So just pour a bit of that
pour
on
it right
there.
in. All right.
Now this recipe is good for 4 8-ounce fillets of salmon.
Is that good enough?
That's good.
All right.
Now you want to marinate this for at least 30 minutes.
Okay.
You can do it overnight.
All right.
So I love this recipe because you can fix it the day before and then go to the beach the next day and grill it for lunch, and it's perfect.
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
Light, lean, and delicious.
So what have
while
you got
that's
over there on the
marinating-
board there?
This is marinated. I fixed this up last
okay.
night.
All
So
right.
that's what it looks like after a full night.
Nice.
So we're going to take this and just throw a little salt and pepper on there. Now this is sushi grade salmon. We always use sushi grade at Tsunami, but you can use a less expensive cut if you want to, because it doesn't need. We're going to cook it, so you don't have to.
The salmon
worry
you
about
cook though
it.
is just amazing every time. It's
Thank
just
you.
so good.
Thank you. All right, so let's get these guys in the.
Okay. Now
in
you're
the
cooking
frying
this in
pan
what
here.
kind of oil here?
This is just regular vegetable oil.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, put that guy in there. Now you want to cook these for about 3 minutes on each side, depending on how well done you like your salmon.
Yeah, I like mine kind of a little bit rare in the center.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the way I like it too.
Is this on your menu?
This one is not.
Okay.
So we've cooked the whole menu on TV already. So
If you asked for it, could you get it, do you think?
Yeah, we can figure it out.
You can figure
For
it out?
sure,
All
for
right,
sure.
there you go. The recipe for it is on our website, mysuncoast.com. Click on the dining link page, and all the information will be there for you. Unfortunately, we're running out of time to show the final product, but we have it up here. If take a look at it, absolutely gorgeous. Go ahead and set it right down there next to that rice, and maybe they can get a shot of it. Absolutely beautiful. If not, you can see it on our website, mysuncoast.com. Thanks very much, Chef Sam.
Hey, my pleasure, John. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. We'll be right back.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
We are problem solvers striving for answers. Relevancy on every platform. We are driven to create content that's compelling, engaging, where it matters. We are neighbors that care about solutions, believers in making a difference, leaders, innovating in an exciting era of multimedia, reaching to always be the gold standard in our evolving landscape. We are Raycom Media. Find your opportunity today.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC 7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC 7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC 7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Coming up, President Trump commutes the sentence of a woman 1 week after a meeting with Kim Kardashian in the Oval Office. Why the commander-in-chief could have more pardons coming soon. Plus, why Sarasota and Charlotte counties are getting federal money in response to last year's hurricane season. And how a gator managed to headbutt a man so hard he was knocked out cold. We have those stories and more right now on your Suncoast News.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 12:30.
Welcome back. I'm Stephanie Webb in for Scott Dennis today. Our top story at 12:30, President Trump has once again exercised his pardon power, this time commuting the sentence of a woman who was serving life for a nonviolent drug conviction. ABC's Serena Marshall explains why the White House says more pardons may be coming.
She was sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole.
It's an amazing feeling, especially just being with my family again.
Today, her first full day as a free woman after the president commuted Alice Johnson's sentence on drug charges. This morning, President Trump tweeted, "Good luck to Alice Johnson. Have a wonderful life." The 63-year-old great-grandmother in prison since 1996 for attempting to distribute more than 70 kilos of cocaine, a nonviolent first-time drug offense.
I feel that I have not only paid my debt, but I've overpaid the debt for the crime that I committed. But I'm just so thankful. I'm not bitter about it. I'm just happy that it has come to an end.
Reality TV star Kim Kardashian had lobbied the president for her release, tweeting in response, "Best news ever." The commutation follows last week's pardon of controversial conservative filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza, who had pleaded guilty to making illegal campaign contributions. He floated the idea of pardons for Apprentice stars Martha Stewart and Rod Blagojevich, the former Illinois governor convicted of corruption charges. White House aides believe the president is grasping for names he knows as aides lobby for consideration of more unknown Americans like Miss Johnson, who have been behind bars for nonviolent crimes. Sources telling ABC News they expect his list to grow in the coming weeks, saying he's doing it his way and he likes seeing how quick the process has been. The commutations and pardons have raised questions and hopes of those tangled in the Russia probe by the special counsel. Earlier this week, the wife of George Papadopoulos, a former Trump campaign aide who's pled guilty in the probe, appealed directly to the president, saying, "I hope and ask President Trump to pardon him." Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington. Happening today, the Japanese Prime Minister is meeting with President Trump. This just days before Trump is scheduled for that historic summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. One topic on the agenda today has to do with North Korea. Pyongyang admits to kidnapping a Japanese citizen way back in 1977, but officials say she died in captivity. However, her family believes she is still alive and is still in North Korean custody. She was one of at least 17 Japanese citizens kidnapped by North Korea back in the late 1970s and early 80s. President Trump and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo have promised to address the issue with North Korea. And the Trump administration has reached a deal with Chinese telecom giant ZTE. The company will now have to pay a hefty $1 billion fine to settle a high-profile dispute with the U.S. Now, that deal could mean the end of a ban on ZTE buying American parts. The Department of Defense says the cell phone maker poses a national security threat and has also violated U.S. sanctions. New developments in that deadly Guatemalan volcano as burn victims have now arrived in Texas to receive treatment. At least 6 children who have been severely burned by Sunday's eruption are at Shriners Hospital in Galveston. Now, Shriners has not commented on the condition of the children at the hospital just yet. But that death toll going up overnight in Guatemala as officials say at least 99 people are dead. More than 200 are still missing there. More eruptions from the volcano have also halted rescue missions as search crews were forced to evacuate. And take a look at this. Just when you think you have seen all the alligator videos,
Have you ever seen one headbutt a human? Well, this 8-foot gator decided to go for a stroll in an Orlando neighborhood. That's when police right there and a trapper were called in to help remove it. This guy was not playing around. He was able to headbutt right there. You see the guy go down right and back right there? He is down, knocked him out completely. Smack, there you go, smacks the other guy with his strong tail. Now they were finally able to get that beast under control, and they did release him to a nearby lake and offered up John Scalzi if you'd like him as your personal pet.
Wow.
It's my anniversary present to you and your wife, that 8-foot alligator.
Oh, thank you very much.
Happy anniversary, John Scalzi.
Was there a mistake there in the technique used to apprehend that gator?
Nope, I think there is no tick. That was just a crazy gator.
I think they should have cuffed him.
Yeah.
We have. I'm glad.
We should just go right to weather right now.
Relocated. He'll be happy ever after.
He'll be good. Yeah.
Hopefully. I think he's probably very relocated. we have across the region some blue skies out there. Our KCK webcam showed a few areas of clouds that passed on by and a few showers out there in the Gulf waters. A couple of near misses, but nothing really hit us or came close to the shore. So a lot of activity out there in the Gulf waters, but that's a good distance away. And tendency is for those to kind of fall apart as they make it on shore. Down to the south, boy, there's been a lot of rainfall south of Alligator Alley, and that'll probably continue on through the afternoon. For us, about a 20% chance of rain showers should do it, mostly in inland areas later in the afternoon. 88, our daytime high. Now, inland, I think the rain chance will be higher than 20%, probably up around 40% or so. But along the coastline, 20% should do it. And then as we head into the evening, pretty nice conditions. Speaking of evening, if you want to take a little beach walk this evening, should be nice, partly cloudy, breezy. Give it 4 beach balls out of 4. Colors should be beautiful. Complete forecast coming up in just a second.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, John. Well, thousands of dollars are on their way to Sarasota and Charlotte counties in response to last year's hurricane season. The Federal Transit Administration is handing out more than $200 million in emergency relief to states affected by Hurricane Irma to help pay for recovery and rebuilding. Now, more than $100,000 will go to Sarasota County, and Charlotte County will get around $60,000. And looking ahead, Sarasota County is hosting their latest in a series of flood zone workshops. It's free. You can also learn more about flood risks, evacuation maps, and the insurance that you need to make sure that you're covered for this season. Now, if you want to attend, you can check it out next Monday night from 6 to 8 at the Fruitville Library. And with hurricane season here, a reminder, make sure you check your storm insurance coverage. Last year, Hurricane Irma cost about $6 billion worth of insured losses on nearly 1 million claims. Hurricane deductibles are often pretty high and usually separate from standard deductibles for other claims.
One thing you can do to mitigate against the problem of having a higher deductible or a lump sum payment, if you will, when a storm happens, if you have a loss, is to save some money. Try to develop a hurricane savings account, let's call it, or have a line of credit available to you or some other financial resource that you can draw on if you need to make that payment.
Another good reminder, flood claims are not covered by your homeowners or your rental policy, and flood insurance takes about 30 days to kick in. And don't forget, today is your last day to get your hurricane supplies tax-free. The 2018 Disaster Preparedness Sales Tax holiday ends tonight at midnight. All kinds of supplies are on the list, including batteries, coolers, gas containers, even generators. For a complete list, just head online to mysuncoast.com. And while you're there, don't forget to download our 2018 Hurricane Guide. Tons of information on how you can best prepare for this hurricane season. Well, some good news. You're about to get a little break in your monthly electric bills this summer. Florida Power and Light says the savings is a result of the federal tax overhaul signed last year. In July, the average residential customer will see their bills go down about 59 cents. In September, it'll go down another 2 cents. Still on the table, though, energy regulators are still debating whether or not customers should get a one-time refund because of an overpayment of storm recovery costs after Hurricane Matthew. New developments involving the grandmother accused of killing her husband in Minnesota and a Bradenton woman. Officials in Lee County say a grand jury in Florida has formally indicted Lois Rice on first-degree murder. Rice is accused of murdering Pamela Hutchinson in Fort Myers back in April. Police say she killed Hutchinson in an attempt to steal her identity while she was on the run after killing her husband back in Minnesota. Rice escaped to Texas before she was eventually arrested. Now, if convicted, she could be facing the death penalty. Attorneys for the brother of Stoneman Douglas High School shooting suspect Nicholas Cruz have dropped their attempt to have a sheriff's official held in contempt of court. Zachary Cruz's attorneys filed paperwork yesterday dropping allegations that the Broward Sheriff's Office probation chief wrongly ordered that Zachary's ankle monitor be alerted whenever he was in the county. Now, Cruz is on 6 months probation for trespassing at the school back in March, as his brother Nicholas still awaits trial. And the father of a student killed in the Stoneman Douglas High School massacre has resigned from a commission investigating how policies should change. That task force investigating is set to discuss student diversion programs, school security, and campus police. Now, the School Board Safety Commission is meeting later on today and tomorrow to reevaluate the school's safety. The 16 members of the team, including law enforcement, teachers, and parents, will report to Governor Rick Scott by January the 1st with some of their findings that led up to that February attack. Well, Florida International University's school president has been approved for a one-year contract extension. This comes months after that bridge construction collapsed and killed 6 people. Mark Rosenberg is currently serving his second 5-year term at the University of Miami. The measure will go before the state's Board of Governors later on this month. Investigators are still trying to figure out the cause of that collapse, which did kill an FIU student. Well, it is one of Sarasota's oldest housing complexes, but it's also falling apart. Now the push is on to rebuild it. For many of the residents living in the Orange Avenue housing complex, it's not just structural problems, but health issues as well. It was built way back in 1942 to provide African-American housing in the city during segregation. But fast forward to today, 75 years later, and that structure is in bad shape. The city is ready to rebuild, but the state is saying not so fast because it's a historic landmark.
Something needs to be done. It really does. And it seems like we're being put on the back burner, and it's not fair, and it's not right.
A total of $12 million federal dollars from Housing and Urban Development hasn't been awarded to the city just in the last year. Well, employees with the city of Venice will be going door to door, heading out to tell folks about a major road project that's coming to the downtown area. It starts July 9th and affects Tampa, Venice, and Miami avenues between US 41 Business and Harbor Drive. Now, crews are going to be repaving the roads, adding some crosswalks, making drainage improvements, as well as converting some intersection into 4-way stops. Now, for more information on the project, those street closures, you can also attend a workshop that's being held Wednesday, June 20th at Venice City Hall. Still to come on your Suncoast News, we're going to tell you about a new warning from AAA that you need to hear about before taking to those wet roads this summer. Stick around. We'll be right back right here on ABC 7.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, wet day south of us. A lot of showery activity ongoing down there. A few showers out in Gulf waters too. I think our chances of rainfall are kind of minimal, actually. We had a little drier air kind of filter in. This is dry air on the water vapor imagery indicated by tan here. There's an upper level low kind of spinning around here, and around it, it has pulled in some drier air right over our area. That's something I didn't see coming, but sure enough, that's what we've got, and that certainly has helped kind of dry us out just a little bit. So we'll go with about a 20% chance of rainfall today with a daytime high of about 88. We had our morning showers. Everything's moving inland this afternoon as temperatures decrease. We'll watch this westerly wind flow around the top edge of a high-pressure ridge to our south continue on today, tomorrow, probably on the beginning of Saturday. Anyway, that tends to bring us some showers from Gulf waters in the morning and then push all activity inland a little bit later in the day. Plus, to enhance the rainfall chance, we have this little trough of low pressure and a little area of spinning low pressure in the upper atmosphere as well. The combination of all those factors helping to bring us that chance of rain each morning for the next several mornings. Few morning showers, lower weekend rain chances as more dry air filters in and that trough washes away. Plus, we're keeping an eye on the tropics. We have several computer models. The American forecast tends to spin up a system to the south and lift it north. It's weaker with this model running a little further to the east, but it's been kind of persistent in showing that feature. That's like Wednesday into the later week next week. However, the European model, which performs outstandingly and has a very good track record, doesn't show anything next week. So that's the forecast dilemma right there. And the Hurricane Center has not issued any 5-day prognosis for development, even though the GFS, the American model, does show some development about Tuesday of next week down here near Nicaragua. This is the general area of low pressure that may develop initially next week, but right now not showing any signs of development. Looking at a southwest wind at about 10 knots, becoming a little lighter this evening. We have in the 7-day forecast today our daytime high 88, 40% chance of showers inland mostly today and tomorrow, lesser chances near the coast. And then as we head into the weekend, I think everybody enjoys a little break from the showery activity and a lot more sunshine as we head into next work week. And of course, we'll be updating you on anything that should develop in the tropics with time. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. In consumer news, a big warning for drivers. New research from AAA says driving on worn tires in wet weather could put you more at risk than you might think. ABC's David Curley has what you need to know before you get behind the wheel.
This kind of out-of-control spin on wet roads leading to a new warning this morning from the AAA. Researchers tested a vehicle with new tires and worn tires, and side by side, you can see the car with the older ones takes much longer to stop on a wet track before hitting a dummy. In fact, when the new tire vehicle stops, the one with the old set is still traveling at nearly 40 miles an hour. And this happened with a tread depth that would have been legal in all states.
You just can't stop?
Well, you can. It just takes much longer. And in fact, the distance is roughly equivalent to that of a semi-truck, over 80 feet longer.
The general rule is that a tire with a tread less than 2/32 of an inch must be replaced. But this AAA test was with a tread twice that depth, and still the vehicle took nearly a third of a football field to stop.
The tread of the tire, its only purpose in life is to get water away so the tire can remain in contact with the road. So you have to maintain that tread depth.
Based on this new research, AAA is again calling for a higher standard. Replace tires earlier, upending that old test of using a penny in Abe Lincoln's head. The recommendation is now to use a quarter and Washington. If you see all of Georgia's head, your tread is getting into the danger zone.
When you get down to this level of tread,
it's time to start shopping for new tires.
So use the quarter instead of the penny.
Absolutely.
Speaking of travel, if you're planning to fly somewhere for your summer vacation this year, get ready to pony up more of the green stuff for those plane tickets. The reason, well, those high fuel prices are cutting into airline profits. Some of the major airlines, including American, Delta, and United, have already warned that higher prices are coming this summer. It's not clear right now just how high those airfares may go, but travel experts say that airlines are passing on those fuel costs to passengers. For example, airlines could raise the base fares, they could add some fuel surcharges, or even sell less of those so-called cheap seats. If you want to watch network news right on Facebook, well, you'll soon be able to. Facebook is teaming up with networks to launch news on its Watch video service. Now, so far, their partners include ABC, CNN, and Fox News. Facebook will pay for the shows, which will be exclusive just to them. They're even going to have the look and the feel of the networks and their talent. For example, CNN's Anderson Cooper, he's going to be hosting a show called Anderson Cooper Full Circle on Facebook. Now, it's all a part of Facebook's push to repair its relationship with the news industry and to restore trust with consumers. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, why this baseball fan's unique celebration after she catches a foul ball is going viral. It's both impressive and kind of weird. We're going to show you what it is right after this.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. work with an accredited Veteran Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
Welcome back. In entertainment news, why we should just give Lady Gaga an Oscar right now. Plus a movie-inspired magic tour and a wild double feature. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
I don't sing my own songs.
Why?
I just don't feel comfortable.
Why wouldn't you feel comfortable?
Almost every single person has told me they like the way I sounded, but that they didn't like the way I look.
I think you're beautiful.
Here's your first look at Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga in the remake of A Star is Born. Cooper makes his directorial debut, and the film is filled with original music written by Gaga, Cooper, and other artists, and performed live. A Star is Born hits theaters in October.
Ladies and gentlemen,
for our final trick.
The latest trick from Lionsgate is turning its magic movie franchise, Now You See Me, into a touring show. Now You See Me Live is set to feature 4 magicians, like in the movies, performing what Lionsgate is touting as state-of-the-art illusions with cutting-edge technology. The tour kicks off in November in China, where the films have done particularly well.
It's a stampede!
Jumanji fans can stampede to their local movie house this Sunday and Monday for a double dose of the game that really puts you in the action. On June 10th and 11th, nearly 600 U.S. theaters will show a double feature. The 1995 Jumanji, starring Robin Williams, and last year's hit comedy adventure, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. Talk about a wild time. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Also, the Iceman returneth. That's right, The Hollywood Reporter says Val Kilmer's iconic character from Top Gun will return in the sequel. Top Gun Maverick is the official name. It's a follow-up, of course, to the 1986 smash hit. Cruise and Kilmer's characters in the original film, they had, you know, a frosty relationship. Get it, John Scalzi? Frosty Iceman. Yep. Yeah, that's right. And the past couple years have been a little rough for Kilmer. He had a battle with throat cancer back in 2015. Finally, one heck of a catch at a San Diego Padres game's gone viral, but it's not what you think. It happened in the 5th inning against the Atlanta Braves when their center fielder, look at this, popped a foul. It landed in this woman's cup. But here's the impressive part. She raises her cup, the crowd roars, she chugs that beer with the baseball still inside. Both gross and impressive all at the same time. Isn't that? It's impressive.
Wow.
I don't know what's the most impressive part, the catch or the chug afterward.
Yeah, that was not her first beer, I'm thinking.
No, that was very impressive. Well done, my dear. Well done, well done.
Wow.
All right, on that note, thanks for joining us this noon. We hope to see you back here at 5 o'clock for our next full hour of news right here on ABC 7.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Each day, researchers make discoveries that bring us closer to the moment when all cancer patients can become survivors. Their progress is made possible with the help of clinical trials. Clinical trials are the brightest torch researchers have to light their way towards better treatments. And if you've been diagnosed with cancer, they may be your brightest ray of hope. Speak with your doctor and visit standuptocancer.org/clinical trials to learn more. Together, we can stand up for all of us.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
We've tried fishing, we've toured boats, now we're going to try them together. I'm Joey Panic on Suncoast View. It's time for the Bradenton Boat Show. We have a captain joining us to teach us the do's and don'ts of saltwater inshore fishing. Then to keep those Suncoast waters beautiful, we learn about a new initiative to encourage our community to skip the straw. Plus a look ahead to weekend events, and Tommy Bahama joins us in the kitchen.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.